Episode of the what are we doing? The weekly tangent. The weekly tangent show. This is for episode 26. And it's July 25th. We've got this is our last show for a week. We'll be on vacation doing some stuff. Appreciate everybody kind of hanging out. Being here with us today. We've had a crazy day. Welcome to Brooks. I'm Greg, your host. We had a crazy day of getting things ready to go. So the show's going to be a little bit different. I had a catastrophe happen with a hard drive that I carry that stores all of our videos that, while it was spinning at probably about 7,200 RPMs, it fell about 4 feet and shattered inside. So there went that idea of like actually having anything professional. What's up, Baltimore? How are you, man? So we're going to do a little bit different. We're still going to do news because we can always do that. That's always easy. We're not going to show the normal like 4 to 5 games that we do. We're actually going to play 2 different games. And 2 brand new games that just came out. So we're going to play a little bit of Automachef, which is, I kind of classify it as like it's like a resource management / puzzle game.
Right.
But I think it's billed as like Factorio, where it's like a strategy.
We were at our desk trying to figure out exactly how you would even... There's like some strategy, but there's puzzle, but there's resources. So yeah, right?
Yeah. No worries, Baltimore. Appreciate it. Yeah, that hard drive, I carried that thing around. It wasn't just the WildTangent stuff on there. It was my channels. About 3 weeks worth of recordings were destroyed on there. So, yeah, I've got to figure out what we're going to do on that side. But for WildTangent, it was just equally as bad because essentially, you know, it had our 5 videos that we were going to do. What were we going to do? Because we launched a lot of games this week.
Gosh, we had like 8 one day or 9 one day.
We launched a lot of like day-to-day releases.
We had Horus was on there.
Horus was on there. Pro Cycling Manager 2019 was on there.
Yeah.
FIA European Truck Racing was on there.
Did you have Swim Out on there, or did we skip that?
Swim
Okay.
Out. That one came out too this week.
Right.
What was the other? 2 other ones on there. But yeah, that's all gone. Send it to Drive Savers. I doubt that actually would. They might be able to get it. I don't know. I mean, I heard it in pieces, but they might be able to get it off. But that would probably take them a year, so that stuff wouldn't be really relevant. And it doesn't help me out this week. So yeah, we had plenty of stuff on there, but I think it's going to give us a little bit more time to play Automachef, and we're also going to play Iratus. I think that's it. Aratus.
Yeah.
Lord of the Dead, which is from our friends over at Daedalic. So we launched that same day.
Yep.
We've got a couple of those keys to give away, so keep an eye on that. We'll play that last. We'll play Automachef first. But as we said last week and earlier in this show, we will not be here next week. We're taking a little bit of vacation. We'll be back the following Thursday, so I think it's 8/8 or 8/8, right? Thursday the 8th, yes. So August 8th, we'll be back with another show and hopefully a replacement hard drive that can withstand falls and drops. I don't know. They do some great work. Yeah, I'm sure that they do. Somewhere on the West Coast, okay. I have to look that up. Yeah, but I'd be afraid it's not going to really be in time because I needed show stuff for
Sunday, right? Yeah. I don't mean to laugh about it,
but just about it because I'll figure something out. Come up with something to put on there. I've got a few shows. This is always weird because I run, a couple YouTube things. I've got a few shows in the can that I can actually pull that are actually on YouTube, but I was holding on to them for specific periods of time. I think I
know the time we're talking about. Yeah.
So didn't.
In a pinch, though.
Yeah, in a pinch you could do it. But we can get into some news. We were talking about that. So funny enough, we were sitting here chit-chatting about, well, what are we going to do for news? And I was basically saying to Brooks, and I know Baltimore and I had laughed at, the one thing that came out last week that nobody will ever forget because no retro gamer, YouTuber, influencer didn't get one of these.
Did not cover this. Yeah.
But the Eon Retro adapter, or Eon HDMI adapter for the N64 swarmed YouTube on Friday last week, and everybody did a video. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I'll give it to you this way. I have a modified GameCube that I love to play. It's got HDMI on it, and it does make it super simple just to plug it into your TV, right? I mean,
that's one of the things we've talked about is like before Smash or whatever came out, we walked around with one outside of the office, and like we had a hard time finding a TV to plug the thing into.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, with this thing, obviously brings that level of ease up to the N64. Pretty simple. You just plug it into the same spot. There's no modification. You get HDMI, you plug it in. It does bring it up to S-video quality because that's all I can get out of that port. It's not a digital port.
Right.
So, $150 though for this thing, it's really tough, and especially with the footage I saw out there. I think I was saying to Baltimore we were going back and forth on Twitter, and I was saying like, and I think we both agreed, like the Hyperkin $29 cable does the same thing. Looks a little different, a little bit darker, but you can always adjust brightness and stuff.
Sure.
Like that. Overall, I mean, that thing for, eighth of the price.
Right.
Is easily, well, I guess not sixth of the price. But.
And, I played so much N64 that it might be one of the systems that I'm not necessarily inclined to exactly rush back to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those systems where I didn't dislike it, I can say that, but there's a huge level of quality jump from like N64 to GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
There was a huge level downgrade from Super Nintendo to 64, and it was just because they couldn't. I mean, they couldn't do the draw distance.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
The games are in 3D. Mario World is amazing. Or Super Mario 64 is amazing. Mario 64 is amazing, but you play other games and it's all like just fog everywhere because the draw and distance wasn't possible because you had a limited amount of space.
To me, it was the start of, well, it was super expensive to make those carts, so it was super expensive to print to the carts, but it was kind of the start of like where you really saw that gap in like, here was the Nintendo and the rare quality of games, and then here, which didn't really so much exist on SNES. Not that the Nintendo games weren't great, but what other developers were doing on SNES was like, it was comparable. N64, go take a look at like Buck Bumble or whatever, right? So.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there were some that were a little rough, and then they had the memory expansion. So surprisingly, they were able to get like Resident Evil 2 on this thing.
I had Resident Evil 2 on
it.
N64.
That looked pretty good. Yeah, it is kind of funny. The ruby in the center, I don't know. I think that's just their logo. There is a little button there. You press that little button if you want to smooth out the jaggy edges. But that always makes it look a little blurry, and the 64 already looked blurry.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Baltimore and myself had a good run on the N64, right? So
I mean, I remember playing 64. Loved the wrestling games on there. We were talking about that just a little bit.
Yes, we were.
So the other thing that everybody was hyping on this thing, this is $150 alone, just the gray piece, The other thing, or I guess I could use this as my just this gray piece is $140. So the other thing they were hyping is there's this thing called an M cable, which is a HDMI, it's almost like the Monster. HDMI with a little like chipboard in it that pushes through a little bit better quality and color. That thing alone is like $100. So $250, this is just way too much on a 64. be able to be involved with. I've already got enough constant gambling going on with all these other systems. I don't think I would go that far down the road. But speaking of gambling, got
okay, you slid that in there.
See how that is? Good transition. There's a lot of good moves here. That's actually the thing that's next is talk about a blast from the past and some gambling involved. GTA Online, which I haven't played in 4 years.
We played a lot of this when the heist and whatnot came out. We played a lot.
The heist was fun, but now they've opened up a casino.
Where you can
not Diamond City. That's in.
Where in most countries you can take real money and trade them in for GTA Vegas chip money.
It's like where our buddy Kazi works, where they just give real money and then they never pay anything out. It's crazy. But no, this is something that launched Monday.
Beginning of the week.
Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Tuesday maybe, but I think there were people playing it Monday. And yeah, you can now spend like shark cards, which are real money, prepaid cards. Go in and play some do some gambling, get a penthouse. Twitch actually has a good deal. I told you about that. Where if you have Twitch Prime, you can get a free penthouse worth like $1.5 million or $1.25 million or something like that in stuff they give you.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Most of what we were talking about this, unfortunately, we didn't. It was kind of it was a busy week, so we haven't had a chance to play it. I think we're gonna play over the weekend or early next week.
Yep, got it downloaded. Funny enough, it's on sale everywhere too. If you look, you can find GTA for $5 for probably $14.99.
Our other buddy hit us up yesterday, and he was like, "Dude, go online, look at the videos for this thing of just like the absolute chaos that's ensuing in this between like blowing up prize cars before the insurance is placed on them."
There were some funny stories you were finding yesterday.
There's some people that have lost everything they owned inside of the game to the casino.
It sounds like a casino, just a real life scenario.
Yep.
Baltimore says so you can or cannot cash out in this. There is no cashing out. They're not going to send you real money.
No.
You obviously are getting money for in-game stuff, though, which is basically real money if you're really into the game. I mean, you get to spend it, so you can take the money out of the casino.
Correct.
But you can't take it out of the GTA world.
Yes, correct.
It's not going to go to your PayPal account.
Yes.
But you can take it out of the casino and you can go spend it on a yacht or whatever.
Cars or whatever you want, sure.
So, I mean, it's an interesting premises. And what we were saying is, or what I was saying to you, I don't know if you subscribe to it because I tinfoil hat stuff. I believe Rockstar is testing the water on some tech that is going to be in the next GTA or another game down the road that is going to be for like real money gambling.
Right.
They know that you can do this in the UK, that the rest of the tech-enabled world is going to go for, and they're going to be like one of the first ones to
in the US we just recently have, baseball just got legalized gambling.
Yep.
It's already here in other sports. Yep. It's not too far of a stretch because what is it? Is it 7 states? 8 states where you still can't?
There are,
because I know we're one of them. Washington State's one of them.
Unless you're on Indian land, Native American casino kind of thing. Yes.
Correct, yeah. And even at that, the only reason I know this is because we had to come up with loopholes when we were playing fantasy baseball for money, where we had to use this intermediary service that would hold everybody's the money in the pot, and then they would split it off afterward to the winner. So,
Baltimore. All experiences I've had in GTA Online include games with hackers, and just wasn't fun after a while. We were talking about that as well. I believe that they've kind of stopped that. They basically pulled the game mostly online, where it's like a Destiny type scenario now.
Right.
Especially for the gambling side.
Right, where the game plays on the server, so the amount of I'm not going to say
assets are on the device.
I'm not going to say it's absolutely impossible, but I think we're probably getting very close to the point of it being incredibly difficult. You got to there's like authing on both ends and all sorts of stuff that goes on to make sure that you can't compromise what's online. So it's not Division 1.
Yeah, the reservation land is where out in Washington you can gamble.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I don't know how that works in all the other ones. Like Ohio has river gambling.
Because, like, I know online, and this might not, I don't even know how you would regulate this on the reserves, but online gambling is outright illegal here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure they'll get around. Oh, that's right. Because what was it? It was Kazi was talking about that. They pulled it away from like Washington State on the iPhone.
There's 43 states. I believe it's 43 where you can do this, and it's like there's some things on the coast, and then a couple in the middle that just were like, sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know that much about it. Kazi's much more of an expert on this than I.
Leading into that segue, it's not just states, it's 50 countries are banning this already. And
Right.
They're having to pull the servers off.
Right.
So the rest of the world may not be as happy, but, there are certain markets. And we were sitting here laughing like, well, who's the ones that would be in this? And, I mean, I don't even know. I was guessing like maybe some Asia Pacific countries, maybe like, the Middle East.
Sure.
Would have a problem, except for what's the one where everybody goes to? Can't think of it.
Not the DR, not.
No, the Emirates.
The UAE.
UAE. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They might be cool with it.
I gotta think the list is similar to the list of people that are attempting to ban loot boxes.
Yeah.
Or already have, because I know some have. Some people don't agree in surprise mechanics. Put it that way, right?
Yeah, no. Surprise mechanics don't follow. They don't, they don't like float the line like everybody else does. But I thought it was funny. Like already they've had to pull it down because, well, not everybody is on board with this.
Yeah, and then
is Dubai. That's who I was thinking of. Baltimore thing.
And then there's even another level where even in the countries where you can do it, initially they limited the number of times you can kind of go back to the trough with your card, right?
What was it? It was like $100 a day. Or
once an hour.
An hour.
Yeah, so you can't sit there and slide your card multiple times an hour.
Dude, I mean, people that have gambling problems.
Oh yeah.
They're all over.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you, I've watched countless times. I've been in Vegas. Some people that were big.
Right.
A little bit bigger.
We've talked
gamblers,
about this.
$10,000 go into the savings account. No, not a problem. I could not do that.
I don't know. I know.
I barely buy anything in a game.
I know I know how the odds work. I don't, so.
I mean, video games in general, you're buying into something that eventually, like, unless it's a physical copy, you're losing money. And, it's kind of one of those things where, I don't know.
I'm with you.
Physical copies are even like, I know there's a lot of people that collect, and it's like.
I'm with you. I can concede on some people get entertainment out of it, but you and I have talked at length about this. It's still like, I'm gonna go spend my money on something I want. I'm not. It's not losing money is not entertaining to me.
No. Not really.
But nonetheless, I find this particularly fascinating because it's such a high-profile game. That I think that's my personal interest in this.
Yeah, the amount of players that have been in GTA 5, and the amount of money, like you were saying yesterday, like 5, and to Baltimore's point here, he said, I bet Rockstar is really raking it in.
Oh, yeah.
Brooks was like, it's like 5x the amount of the base game.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of what they make in online, in terms of like the in-game transactions and prepaid cards and all that stuff.
I remember a long time ago, there was this. Everybody had always wondered what like a multiplayer GTA would look like, and somebody tried. It was the developers of Crackdown 1 made this game called APB. It was called All Points Bullet.
Oh yeah, I remember
which was
that.
Sort of like. It wasn't.
I never played it, but I know the one.
I played it.
They took it down and relaunched it, didn't they?
A couple of times.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah,
times, right.
And you could always see the spine of what in spirit was there, but it wasn't great. It didn't play well. There were a lot of issues with it. It was also, I mean, that was like in 2010, right? And I remember playing it, and people were always like, at one point, the tech's going to be there to do this correctly.
Oh, sure.
Right? And now Rockstar is over here just
Yeah.
Shark cards.
Shark cards are amazing. I've never bought one, but I'm sure like there are some parents that were paying their kids off in shark cards in terms of like allowances and stuff like that, and people were going out and just grabbing these things left and right because I mean it's a very fun game to play.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, to both of your points, the amount of money that that they've been making off of this is out of this world. But let me tell you what isn't out of this world. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not going with aliens.
I wanted this to be real.
It was kind of interesting. I mean, so essentially what had happened was there were some people jerking other people around on the internet because in the game there's something that happens that resembles this as you play through the main story.
There's a very small Easter egg in the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'll let that be.
So, like, people took advantage, started playing around on the internet, showing this off. And funny enough, Brooks and I were talking about it probably on Tuesday night.
2 nights ago, this came up casually, unrelated to the story.
Because the actor that plays Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2 was seen going into the Rockstar.
Something like that, yeah.
Like, recording studios or whatever, something to that effect. Now, that could have been part of the lie, the little facade as well. But we were sitting there thinking, like, you're not going in to talk. If he was actually going in there, it wasn't Arthur Morgan. It was the guy that does John Marston.
Because it was dealing with the remake of if they were going to remake the first Red Dead Redemption game.
Right. Correct.
Right.
And we were talking about that, and I was saying, well, that doesn't make sense because why would you re-record audio? More than likely, the audio was recorded at the highest possible capture they could do.
I hadn't thought about it that way. You made a really good point about it when we were in chat.
Okay, they're probably going in to do some DLC that is going to be like they needed motion capping and all that stuff. But, and then all of a sudden this hit the internet. It's basically like, oh, there's going to be an Alien DLC. They're going to be, I was thinking when you mentioned that, Cowboys versus Aliens with Harrison Ford and the dude that plays James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
Craig, which was not a great movie.
I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
It wasn't a horrible movie, but it was a weird movie. It was an action movie. But, the premises was cool, and you could have done that in here. So, yeah, doesn't look like it's real. It's kind of unfortunate. That's what you get for subreddits.
If anyone's listening, Rockstar, Manhunt 3, be about it.
Yeah, make Manhunt 3
be about it.
Dark Souls.
Do it with souls. Yes. We'll be fine.
Love to see that happen. We still believe it's possible. We had come up with a way to do it with a storyline and a way to make it work and all that stuff. And I'd love to see them go that route with Manhunt.
Oh gosh,
that would be cool.
It's still one of my favorite Rockstar games, and I like both of them, despite what anybody may say about it.
Rockstar's always had. Did you ever play the gang from the 70s?
The Warriors, yes.
You played that?
Yes, I have.
I've never played that one on PS2.
I
guess they make it for everything. Like they've remastered it or remade it or deployed it.
I would have to checklist this. I'm positive I have owned every Rockstar game made. And this is even on some of those weird ones where like they bought studios they bought like Angel Studios and whatnot. I think Midnight Club, all of them, all the fighting games, State of Emergency. There's another one that was in my collection. I don't think I had 2, but 2 I
had State of Emergency.
I don't think I had 2, but 2 I don't think was actually a Rockstar game. It was like the first one was published by Rockstar.
Yeah, that's what it was. So, a lot of things to look forward to. Baltimore saying he doesn't think they'll ever come to PC, this one. I wouldn't doubt it. For some reason, they didn't port the last one to PC, and it was awesome. So maybe they've got some thing where internally, like, this property does not go to anything except consoles, and they get such a good deal with the, I mean, obviously, Red Dead did well, but with the beta of the online still going on, they just really can't fire this thing up correctly. I'd probably say they're basically... They've made their money, their billion. I'd probably say, like, it's going to be put on the side. They're going to get Bully to come up. They're going to bring the new Bully out. They're going to be working on GTA 6. obviously with some tech and stuff like that they're doing.
My only hesitation is I've seen too many people on accident have to go through after Rockstar told them to change their LinkedIn and be like, you got to go delete that platform.
Yeah.
Because to me, Red Dead Online has always felt like two different games. Like the first game, when you play it, I could see if it was gonna happen, I could see it being a free PC game. Because when you go finish Red Dead, this is no spoilers or whatever. When you finish it and then you go play online, you kind of have to go through and re-earn all the stuff that you got, which doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense. So to me, I'm very curious what they're going to do with this one. But hey, you know what? You Bully 2, go for it. I'm sold.
Yeah, Bully 2 will be good, no doubt. That was a great franchise. They've got all really
everything they make is so good.
I agree with that. Yeah. Everything is so good. Another good thing. Really want some discounts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch Prime is doing a deal, and this one right here, it's kind of hard to see. This one right here, Fallout 76. You basically can get it almost free.
Right.
What they did was they put it out at a $14.99 price.
Right.
And then you get a credit on your Amazon account for $15.
Presumably to spend on something else, right? So it's kind of a wash.
You got to throw a little cash in, but you'll get that back. The problem is, I think they've already sold out of it because it was available for PS4 and Xbox One. And I think what they did, because Amazon has like the Amazon sellers and all this other thing.
Right.
I think Amazon sold out of the $14.99 one. And then it defaults to like the next guy that's selling it. They were like $17, so the deal was kind of in there, but you're maybe not getting as good of a deal as when Amazon was selling it firsthand. But you're still getting it super cheap. Like this game, we paid full price for, and it's phenomenal. It was a fun time.
We played 100 hours of the game.
It was really good. Yeah, it's not on PC, that's for sure.
I'm not gonna say that we didn't have the server go south on us at times that were not opportune, but me and you, and we played with Scott was there, Sarah was there. Yeah. I think Dan from Arc joined us. Yeah, I think Gene jumped in a couple of nights.
Loose, so he kind of cut it off.
Well,
the Fallout 76, it's a good game. You get it for a decent price. They were doing something with like some of the other games here as well, Sims and Last of Us. I'm not quite sure what that one was.
I think the Naughty Dog stuff, it was all on sale because I saw Uncharted up there as well. All on sale,
but I think this was the only one that was getting the $15
credit back. Back.
So boy, if you really like, it's crazy that you have this franchise that people are dying to see the next version come out. Then you have one come out, everybody starts like beating on it. It's a stinks or whatever. It's a horrible game, and then you've just got to drop the price down to free to get people to jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of is weird. I don't know. It's still a good game. It's not the exact same game, but it's still decent. And now that they're doing all the updates, I'm waiting to see like what it'll be when they put the NPCs in. You know, the winners or nuclear winter. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. Actually, it's not the best game if you compare it probably to like battle royale games, like PlayerUnknown's or Fortnite. But it at least is a good story to it, a good little thing segue into playing something different, and the gameplay's there enough. It's a hell of a lot better try than I feel Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was, where they added that in.
I haven't played a COD game in such a long time. Yeah.
I thought it was at least a good try.
After having experienced 76, I think my ultimate takeaway from it is it'd be hard.
It is a better game now, yeah.
It'd be hard for Fallout 5 or whatever they call the next one. I kind of just want them to be co-op. It was a lot of fun to go run around and...
Yeah, the fun was there for sure.
So...
Didn't really have to have like multiplayer. 16 people on the
I
same
don't
server.
need
I mean, that was okay.
I don't need PvP or whatever in it, and that's like a personal thing. But
I never had to. I mean, there wasn't too many times where we were attacked. I guess kind of we rolled around with like the best gear and all that. But I mean, like
we were always in a pack, which probably helped.
I mean, maybe
right?
that's why they kind of like it wasn't Red Dead Redemption 2. Just to go back to that for a minute, the moment that online came on, it was just like guns drawn on each other, right?
Right.
Like whoever was standing in a circle, nobody trusted each other, and the bullets started flying the instant you loaded in.
Right.
So this game definitely wasn't that way, but I don't know. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I thought that was an interesting deal. And for one more segue before we get into the games, another Bethesda game is Wolfenstein Youngblood just launched. Mm-hmm. We've got that deploying on the site tomorrow.
Yep.
And that'll be, what's the VR as well? The
Cyberpilot. That Arcane did for people familiar with Dishonored or what's the other one we were just talking about? This Prey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is going to be an interesting one to play around with. We've shown all the Wolfenstein games off on our Bethesda month.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to checking this out. We will probably play this on our second when we're back on the 8th.
Yeah,
I was thinking because it's co-op.
This has got something interesting. If you buy the deluxe edition, you get a buddy pass.
Yeah.
And the buddy pass lets you, and it's not just a one-time key. You can give a friend access, and then when you're done playing, you revoke the access, so you can kind of show friends
to the next person.
The game, and then if your friend is inclined or interested, they can play through the game with you for free. Yeah. Or if they're into it, they can then buy the game and all your progress. The only thing that doesn't save is like achievements. You don't earn achievements with the buddy pass.
That's kind of usually a standard. What was the game you really liked? A Way Out?
A Way Out has this as well.
That was on what, PS4? I think it deployed on PC as well. And
I think it's everywhere now. Yeah. Originally, it was like a console exclusive thing temporarily, but
yeah, for sure.
It had the same thing in it, where like you would download it and then you would send your friend like a notification, and they would click on it and they would go into the store to download this demo. But like,
then you could connect once you've got the demo. And this all started. I mean, we remember back in the day it was Fable 2.
Yeah,
I think had this Peter Molyneux.
Mm-hmm.
The not the Great Gatsby, but best barker in video games.
Right.
He had actually taken a swing at this where I believe it was Fable 2, you just had to go download the little client on your Xbox, and then you could play with a friend that owned Fable 2, and you could play through the entire game, which was really cool. So I love that idea. I wish that, I know devs want to make all the money in the world, but I would love to see more co-op games do this where, hey, when you're online playing your game, a friend can get the client, can play with you, but then it stops working for them.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they can play something as a demo offline.
Right.
That'll then lead them to want to buy the game. I think it's great. I think it would get more people playing together in a better way than like a multiplayer experience where everybody's just going shooting each other and nobody's talking over the internet or any of that.
Right.
I like this. So didn't realize the system existed. Yeah, it was just really brought out to life, I think, because the game launched and there was a lot of people talking about it. I mean, I don't remember them saying this was a feature from when they announced the game.
Yeah, we tripped into this because we were reading about the game, which we knew was co-op. Yeah. And then
we'll put a link in chat for anybody who wants to check out what we're talking about.
And then that led us down the road of, it looks like in some fashion it still plays like a Wolfenstein game, but there's a little more like, there's some skill trees involved. There's a little, I don't want to call it like looter aspects to it, but
there's a lot of other things.
Yeah, there's some kind of, it deviates from the genre a little bit. And then, excuse me, someone in the comments was like, it sounds like you can play, one of your friends can play for free, which led us down the road of Fable and A Way Out. So we kind of,
It just kind of, it was an interesting thing that we hadn't really seen when we were first looking at the game. And, we get the game to deploy. I didn't even know it. I mean, that was something brand new to me when you were looking at that. So I put that link in chat. Anybody wants to check it out, we found it on PC Gamer, so they'll go through a little bit of it. But let's jump into some games. We're going to jump into Automachef for about we'll see, maybe a half hour. I want you to play it, see what you think, because I've already played it. I recorded the damn thing, but I want to get your opinion on it because I thought it was pretty good. But in the meantime, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to seeing the show, definitely give us a subscribe, click the bell, get notified when we go live. It's once a week, except for next week. Love to have you come.
Are we connected on this already? With the USB stick?
Yeah, did I stick that thing in there? I did, yes.
Yeah, we're good.
There we go. So let me flip over to that. But yeah, definitely give us a follow and like or dislike the video. Let us know. That helps us come up with better stuff on the show. But we're going to let Brooks play a little bit of Automachef here. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. It might be loud. And we'll take a look at it. You're excited for this one? This one's really kind of interesting. It's a different game in the way of. So I would maybe go up to the tutorial, so you get an idea of how to place things. So usually, if we have the PC build in-house on our service, we wrap it. You get to play it free for 30 minutes. Get an idea of what the game's like. We don't have this. This is a Steam key. When you buy it from us, you get a Steam key. You just go redeem it over on Steam. And we can't show you what the game, can't let you play the game for 30 minutes. So what we try to do is show you what the game is like in the first 30 minutes. Now Brooks will skip through, hopefully not skip through too much time.
I'm not going. I'm actually gonna pay a little more attention. Last week.
Yeah, we blew through Moonlighter a little bit.
And I missed the whole pendant thing, and that drove me nuts for a minute.
Yeah. I'm a little versed on this, so I can tell you, I'll help. But it's an interesting game mechanic. It's, kind of in one of the veins of a puzzle. Even though it doesn't look like a puzzle, it is, because there's going to be points where you're having to do many different things and you're having to tell the robots a lot of stuff that they need to do.
Right.
The robot that's talking to you now is trying to trick you. He's like the Steve Buscemi that was in the high school with the kids, the meme. So the robot's trying to pretend to be a human in this, and he's telling you we're both carbon breathing life forms. We're good at this. We can do this. It's kind of funny. Can we resize? Are we not?
What's up?
I think I see Baltimore's time here. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about as well.
Yeah, because we're behind it. We're just going to jump off screen. I see what you're saying. Actually, you know what? Let me try to scale it. That's something we captured. That's something we captured. I think that's pretty close, so I don't know why that was like that. That was weird. It throws me off. I have this tendency to really get stuck on the stream and the way it looks, and I don't know how that snuck past me. But good catch, Paul. I appreciate it. So essentially, what you're doing is you're in a warehouse right now. The robot's hired you in as a consultant. Let's say that, and he's basically saying, we're going to build this thing that's fully automated restaurant because we're going to dominate the food industry. And he actually is trying to dominate the world, but he's trying to make it sound okay. So your plan is to kind of build an automated system that creates the food for you. And you get recipes. Like for now, Brooks is trying to do just a plain burger and a bun. But you start out with raw meat instead of cooked meat, so you have to cook the meat, you have to get the bun, you have to put it in the assembler. The assembler then makes the actual burger into something that resembles a hamburger, and then ships it off for the consumer to purchase or to take. So that's kind of the overall idea of what you're doing in the game. You will get more and more deeper, more intricate recipes and things that has to happen between cooked meat, cook bacon, you gotta fry it, you gotta heat it, you got bread, you gotta do that, you got tomatoes, you gotta cut the tomatoes in a food processor to make like tomato slices. So all those things start to like add on top of each other in terms of the complexity of the automated system. Plus, you've got other factors like the amount of energy you're going to consume. Because you got to be, you got to be cognizant of the fact we're using too much energy. So you got to like optimize your energy usage. You've got to optimize your time. You got to optimize the amount of ingredients that you're using so you're not wasting anything. So all these other factors come into play after you've started playing the game. But here in the tutorial, you're kind of learning the basics of how the game actually functions. Essentially, it's telling Brooks right now, like, hey, only pick up, because you have dumb arms and you have smart arms.
Right.
A dumb arm just does one thing. It'll like grab something from the left and drop it somewhere on the right. A smart arm can determine, like, I don't want that item, I only want this type of item, and I'm going to drop it over here. So you can see it kind of running right now. The dumb arm has dropped the patty onto the fryer. The smart arm picked up the cooked patty. It didn't pick up the raw patty because it knows. Drops it in the assembler. The assembler puts the stuff together, kicks it off as the order's done. So that's the bare bone, simple design of the game. Then it gets to be more intricate. So what do you got? You got to deliver 3. And then you can see up on the left-hand side, you had like the amount of energy you were consuming, the amount of ingredients you consumed, the cost, like how much you have to pay to build everything is also involved. So now that you know that, if you really want to, you can probably jump down to the first taste. And I can help you there as well. This is like the first real thing. So now you gotta do cheese. So you gotta make a cheeseburger. So this is gonna involve putting a food processor in the middle of this. So you kind of build it just the way you saw it there. It almost, it definitely has a simulation in it when you start it off. This is the future of food service. It is. Probably closer than we think. Probably almost already going that way. So I can tell you, you will need 2 different lines. You will need one doing you'll need one food process, or one assembler doing the plain burger, and one assembler doing the cheeseburgers. You can use each recipe, and you can put a recipe in both of them, but only one recipe. Then it gets more complex to where only the arm will pick up one thing. If you have it picking up everything, it starts flying all around, grabbing stuff off of the conveyor belt going by on the other side. It gets pretty wild. And I don't think at this point they've told you about like dog legs, right? Where it's like up and to the left or up and to the right. You can only kind of do things straight. I fought with this last night. I think it's like the tutorial is stopping you from doing things. Good thing is you only need one dispenser. Well, for the patties. As long as you can kind of get them going through. And you do have to have a conveyor belt. So it's dispenser, conveyor belt, arm, or whatever it is in between. There's always seems to be a conveyor belt. You can't have it like be dispenser, arm, into the assembler. It's got a process of like, you need to have everything spaced out. Because it became a problem when I was trying to get it all worked out for the smaller rooms. Have you done many of these?
These games?
Yeah, no, this time no. I had never played Factorio. I know that one's a very big one. but I never played it. We had a lot of people in our office that did, but I never played it. But watching some of the videos of that, that's ridiculous. And I'm sure that this can get to that soon. So, the assembler is the last step in the whole thing. So those big assemblers, those should probably be closest to the...
How do you delete stuff?
I don't think you have to delete it. You can grab it again. So I think if you hit A on the assembler, you should be able to move it. I did it on keyboard. You just, go over and select the assembler. No, that's the switch. Assembler's the big thing. There you go. Move it over closer to the... I think you might have to move one away from that so you can put an arm in between. There you go. Yeah, back him up. There it is. Now you'll just use an arm to like drop him in. I've never played Satisfactory. It's a first-person style game, okay. So let's see, you'll have... you'll probably want to throw 2 more assemblers in. Or, sorry, not 2 more assemblers, 2 more dispensers. Because you're going to have, like, 1 for bun, 2 for buns, and then 2 for burgers, patties. Yeah, there you go. So then what you'll want to do is put an arm in between. Yeah, there. Now you're getting it. Yep. Because you'll put arms in between the assembler and the grill to be able to drop the patties on.
Can I just put a belt here?
You can put a belt there, yeah. So drop 1 there. So now you got that, but you do have cheese that you got to do. So I think we'll need 1 more dispenser. So you want to throw 1 in at the bottom. Make that one for cheese. And then you'll want to throw a food processor right in front of it, because that will cut the cheese up.
Here?
Yep. There you go. So how many? So let's see. So now throw some conveyor belts in, and you can actually make conveyor belts go up. So your bread at the bottom, right above your cheese, that one can be a put a belt there. Just run a belt all the way to like right before, because you'll need another arm to grab the bread. So you want to throw a dumb arm in there. Yep. Drop the ham right there. That one right there. And then for the cheese, just throw 1 conveyor belt. Point that conveyor belt up. So like grab that, that one. And put like 1 so it goes onto the same conveyor belt as there you go. And now you should be good. Except giving everything in order.
Yeah, so now we gotta go. This is gonna dispense a bun. Correct.
Yep. No, actually burger. That would have been a raw patty, because it's going to go straight to the...
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, you know what? Nix the conveyor belt right in front of the grill and put a dumb arm in there. Because it's going to have to lift it, put it on the grill. The other, it's kind of like one of those things. burger, then bun would be the next thing down. I've never tried it on the controller, so I'm sure that's...
It also doesn't help that I'm so used to the other platforms UI, so
Oh, yeah. This one, it was kind of tricky to go through and figure out. Like, there were some points where I was getting stuck. I'm like, oh man, I'm just too stupid to figure this out. Yeah, bun, and then the last one is cheese.
yeah.
There you go. Okay, cool. So now you got everything. Just tell your arm is what they're doing. So the ingredients filter is what you want to mess with. Actually, I would go back and tell it, like, only pick up raw patties. Because it'll start grabbing the buns as they're going by. Stuff like that. So if you keep going down, you'll see raw patty. There you go. Tell the one down there. And then your other ones, tell them to only pick up the cooked patties. It's one of those games. Have you seen other people streaming this Baltimore? I would have to imagine. And then your processors, I think, yeah. You want to tell that one to do the cheeseburgers. Oh, thanks, Baltimore, for throwing the link in here. Appreciate it. And if you want, you could probably just put in like dumb arms there. You don't have to have the smart ones. But it'll work fine the way it is. It doesn't make I don't know. Give it a shot. It might work fine. It says it's waiting. Because all they have to do is like turn around. Okay, cool. So now you should be able to like go ahead and hit the start button. Let's see what happens. Or, sorry, the RT. So nobody's even ordered anything yet. You're just like kicking these things out. So we're exceeding the ingredients. So the one thing we didn't drop in there is the unit that tells it when to stop.
Looks like A+. So,
Oh, you got through it.
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, you just had them waiting when they walked in. So you see where it is there, the efficiency is like really low, the energy usage. So you only got like one check mark because you could have done it. There's another piece.
One means first place.
One means it can get- But there's this other piece where it'll tell the system don't do anything until an order comes through.
Okay.
So that's another level. So the next one, let us begin, I think. Give that a try. So this is, I got stuck on the second one because I was sitting here like racking my brain. So maybe we can figure it out together. It is pretty, I can see it being pretty popular, definitely, because people, I would imagine this type of game would be very interesting to people that want to do like strategy. Because it can be, sorry, computer went to sleep here. There we go. It can be a little, the strategy component is where I was getting stuck, I think, and this was the level. It's a smaller area, so you gotta really like have everything compact, and there's far more things that you have to do in this one. You have to make a BLT, so if you go up and hit recipe, can you show everybody the recipe? Oh, hit your right stick, right click under there. So that's the recipe. You gotta take two pieces of bread, you gotta toast them on the grill.
Come.
You gotta slice up a tomato, you gotta grab a piece of lettuce, and you gotta take bacon, crisp the bacon up on the grill, and then kind of put it all together. The assembler is easy, right? The assembler takes nothing to do, so that's the next recipe that Brooks is going to try to create.
We'll give this a go, and if we hit a wall, you might be driving on the BLTs.
Well,
so.
If we had a big wall, we might just be jumping over to
Aratus. Okay. So let's.
Because I got stuck on it. Now it was late and I was a little tired. And I don't know about you, but man, when it gets really late and tired, it might be my age anymore. Playing video games, my mind just like goes to mush. Like there are levels that I can't get past, or bosses, or something like that. The next morning on like a Saturday, I'll wake up and I'll be like, I gotta beat this thing. It's gonna take me half the morning. I'll beat it like the first or second try.
Yeah, dude. There were numerous nights where I was playing Sekiro and I was like, oh, dude, I'm done. And then I'd get up the next morning and I would just like whip the ape's ass and I was like, whatever. Like, okay.
That's how I felt like last night playing this, because I'm like, I cannot figure this out. I redid it probably 4 times. And I was like, I can't get it. And I just went to bed. Well, I didn't go to bed. I jumped over to something else and I was recording something that doesn't take. It was the truck racing. Doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you're racing. I wanted to show people the footage of that game because that actually was pretty interesting. I've never been a big IFA fan or whatever it is.
I'm not even familiar with that. Yeah.
The truck racing thing. It ended up being pretty good.
It's like big in Australia, I believe.
Like
yeah.
UK or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Seemed like it. You end up falling asleep at the keyboard. Oh, thank God I never fell asleep at the keyboard while I was streaming on Twitch.
Oh,
I've seen so many people do that.
Oh, dude, there were times when I remember when like we'd be playing Resident Evil 5. This is like way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
We'd be sitting there. We were burning the late night oil. This wasn't like we were playing until 11. This is like we were playing until 3, and I'd be like,
just snoozing on the chat.
just like, dude, just like some beers deep or whatever, right? And you're like, you there? We're like still deep in items. Like, I need you to come over, like hit the crank with me or whatever.
Right.
Get to work the next day or whatever. Jeez. Okay, so
we're finishing the build. The last famous words. If Bulwer said this, if he's off the next day, he'll wake up and start playing again. Every night, like this is like the thing. I have an NVIDIA Shield. I have a couple Shield devices, and they connect to my Steam PC. So every night I'm like, okay, I'm done playing here on the bike and sitting in the living room. I'm gonna grab the Shield and I'll play whatever game. Like I think I was gonna play Moonlighter last night.
okay.
And I lay down in bed. And I've got the Shield on top of me, and the next morning the Shield's on the floor. And I just passed. I just fell asleep like within an instant of laying down. Never played anything. Moonlighter's still up. I probably got like 90 hours in the game, but only have ever played it while we were on the stream.
Okay, so let's see here.
Now you're already doing what I was doing, so I was thinking the same thing. And I don't think it's wrong. I think it's actually the right way. It's just you gotta figure out how to fit these things. You're gonna have to have the arm and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What I'm sitting here deliberating is building this in reverse. That's what my logic is telling me to do. That's how I would approach this with such a small space. So everything has to lead back to the assembler,
yep.
And the assembler has to drop.
Has to have one arm to drop it onto the conveyor belt.
Onto the conveyor belt.
Yeah. And you can like weasel the, I think you're right there.
Here?
You had it all the way at the top, pointing that way. Because if you go all the way up, put it up there, you only need that one arm that's right in front of that little conveyor belt and you're good.
So you're saying, which one?
The assembler that's at the top, leave that one. Get rid of the bottom one here. Put an arm right in front of it. These things, bro, I've never tried it with a keyboard. Or without the keyboard. Which keyboard was easy. It fell. Now put one arm right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think...
Smart or dumb?
I would put in the dumb arm. Because it only has to grab one thing. The smart arms cost more, and they can do multiple commands. So I would put a dumb one in there, yep, just like that, and then have it do a like right click on it or whatever that is to change like the way it's going to grab. So I think you want to do like a dog leg, like left. You want it to be pointing towards the conveyor belt, but then I think you want it to go to the left, and you do that by programming it. There you go. Yeah, do that. So let's try that there. Now the rest of it.
Oh, I get it.
It like
picks,
goes to the left, picks it up, drops.
Picks up. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, the shield is pretty durable. It's hit the floor so many times.
So we're gonna go here, and just for the sake of this, we'll say that this is going to dispense bread slice.
Yeah, that's how I started.
We'll do lettuce.
So I bought that shield. I'll tell you a story about that, Baltimore. I bought that shield at. If you've watched the guy John Hancock on YouTube, he set up, I guess, 10 years ago, or maybe a little bit less than that, a swap meet down in, where's he at?
Does the grill toast?
The grill toast as well. So he lives in a little town, and he set up a swap meet for retro gamers to go to, and basically you could go down there, and it's right north of Portland. It's still in Washington. Get the little town that it's in. Anyhow, it gets a lot of good people there, and I bought some good stuff. The guy was selling the shield for $60, and it came with the case and everything, and was just trying to get rid of it. There was cowlets. Cowlets for kids is what it's called. It's a retro gaming swap meet. So I bought that. It wasn't charging. The battery was screwed up, so I ended up fixing the battery, and that cost me like $10, so super cheap. And then essentially have a nice device to be able to play anywhere in my house. I can play any of the Steam games on my big machine that has like a nice 2080 in it, so it's awesome. Shield is an awesome device. They don't make them anymore. They went to making TV units, but I wish they would have stuck with making like the little Shield devices and tablets because they were much better. Yeah, John Hancock, dude, he's a funny guy. Yeah, it was a good deal, actually. Plus, it plays like a ton of like retro games if you want to throw emulators on there. I think that thing can play all the way up to like, I want to say Dreamcast is what it can run. No problem. Or no, sorry, N64 I think is what it can run. A little bit out of the Tegra's reach. Maybe a couple of Dreamcast games it can run. Yeah, see, now you got it going. So you get the bacon, you get your bread, you toast both of those. Now you got to get them up to the conveyor belt somehow. So basically, anything after it's done can go onto the conveyor belt. It doesn't matter what makes it to the assembler first.
Can I go arm conveyor belt and it'll just slide into the assembler?
Yeah. So the other thing is you want to get rid of the conveyor belt in front of the tomato and put a processor in to cut the tomato. Because that's what it's going to tell you. Oh, the shield? Yeah, the shield.
I remember the first one we bought was when we were doing mobile at the office. That was the first remembrance of it I had.
Yep, that was the same one that I found for like $60.
Yeah.
Same design. It works like I said. Now, unlike the tablet version of the Shield, I think the tablet version of the Shield made it to like Android
5. 6.
They made it to 7 actually.
Really? Okay.
They might have got it to 7. But the unit, the all-in-one unit, where it was the controller and the screen, that only went to like Android 5. I think that's where they stopped on that. And you can tell, like, Android devices, oh my, man. The amount of time we spent messing around with like Android 3,
Oh, dude.
that was ridiculous. Like, Android 3 was just garbage. I mean, back then it was amazing, but like, well, maybe not amazing, but it was a good swing at the plate. It didn't really get good until like Android 5, and then it progressively got better, I think.
My first remembrance of Android being decent was when it was the first phone that had widgets on it.
Which was,
Oh god, 4
yeah.
or something like that.
Let's see here. Tablet. Yeah, the K1 was the last one. I thought that got to like Android 7. Let's see what it says. Because they were one of the ones that didn't care what the update was. Like, they were good, like, we were...
It was like a Google device or
Yeah,
whatever.
they weren't trying to sit there like Samsung and be like, oh, we can only put this one in. Even though the machine could easily run like up to 6 or something like that. They only have 4.
Okay, so this won't... You can't slide from the conveyor belt. You do need the arm involved. Still.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're right. That would have been the way to go, though. If you just like threw everything on, it's just... So maybe put, I was gonna say maybe put an arm like one below that conveyor belt that was touching it, but I don't think you have to figure it out. So yeah, it shipped with Android 6, which was Marshmallow. I believe you could go up to 7 on it. For that tablet. And the other one was lower. Probably the Wikipedia shows.
I'm just trying to understand what's happening. We're doing a little trial and error on this one.
I know, man. I'm laughing because I went through the same trial and errors. It was funny. 'Cause- oh, here we go. The Wikipedia always tells you. Where did they stop on?
This isn't... What makes this difficult is, like, I need, like, 1 or 2 more rows of squares, and we'd be good.
Right. It definitely is.
But you have to... I suspect what you have to start doing is you have to start utilizing turns. I doubt this was designed for, like, 4 straight lanes.
No, I don't think it is. And I think I want to say one arm would be too slow. So I think you need 2, but I think you need everything kind of coming into that one. So if you were to like your top conveyor belt at the end, point it going down. So you've got everything into just 2 conveyor belts. So you just need 2 arms, 2 conveyor belts. Yeah. Move your put an arm there. And then another arm. And then move your assembler over. Right there. And then put a conveyor belt right below that one. Let's see if it actually will go and drop it into 2 different things. So I think you'd want to aim your arm down and then make it go to the right. Because you got to aim the arm at the one you want to pick up from. So like go down one more, rotate. There you go. Stop and then change its thing to go right. Is that correct? Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, there you go. So that should do it. Let's just see. Is it full?
You can't. Okay.
Oh no, you need an arm to grab it off of the thing. It's not a conveyor belt. Sorry, you need an arm there. Oh, okay. So just put an arm. Swap the conveyor belt around where the arm and the conveyor belt are, and point the conveyor belt that way, and put the arm where that is. There you go. Because you need it to grab the food, and you might have to change the arms programming. Yeah, I think you need to change the arm programming. It's not grabbing. Or does it only come out to the I think you'll get this. I think you've got the design. Maybe point the arm towards the conveyor belt, or towards the assembly. Just doesn't do it. Oh, is the recipe set in the...
Yeah.
It is, okay.
It is.
Oh, wait, turn the output mode the other way. There you go. Now give it a shot. It just backs, now it's pushing it up. Oh, I see what that meant, so it's pushing
Okay,
it
so
up.
hold on, let's do this. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna put this back.
They do test you early on in this game, there's no doubt. It's a little tricky. But you're gonna try actually, like...
Let's just see if this smart arm is smart. No.
What is the smart arm programmed to do? Because you could tell it to pick up a BLT, maybe. Or is it only like... Oh, there it is. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna look it up. I couldn't figure... I was being dumb yesterday, too, so... This is not being done. Like I was trying like all sorts of weird things I couldn't get it figured out. And it seems like early. This is the point where I thought like, I don't think that they're telling you how that the arms can do like these dog legs, and I don't think it's allowing you to do that. I think it's got to be like a straight line and it'll work, because it hasn't shown you like, oh, your arm can pick something up on the left and drop it above it on the right. That's the only thing I could come up with. If the arms weren't doing it. It's gonna be funny if I look this up and it's like, oh, that's what you were supposed to do. Level 2. What's the plan? So this did come out on Switch as well. Which I could see playing this on Switch. I think this is a nice little game for that. Okay, we'll see.
We're gonna change how fat. There's too much bacon coming out here, so let's chill out on how much bacon.
Or you're gonna try timing it all. Just don't do anything on the other end. They should be grabbing something. You know what I mean? The only thing I could think now, and we probably want to jump to the other game because we're about 7:15-ish. Yeah, about 40 minutes. The only thing I could think now is like shift the. Oh, well, the arms did something. You picked something up. Get rid of the one, put another. How'd you get it to do that? Did you just make it go straight?
I just grabbed one and set it down. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what it does. It looked like it actually was. It grabbed it, but it didn't do anything with it. So I think it was trying to make it go straight. So see if it'll go to the left. Oh, well, you're just sending out ingredients. It's not even a salad.
Well, you know what? Have a salad, okay? Have a salad. I don't want to hear about it at this point.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you were just. Why isn't it grabbing? Oh, okay. I know one thing. So tell the two that are right after the grill to only pick up the things that are cooked. So pick up toasted bread. So change the arms out. Put them as smart
This one?
arms. Yes. And tell it only pick up toasted bread. And tell that one to only pick up cooked bacon. So you need 2 smart arms. I think you got it though. Keep going down. I think it's toasted. And then do cooked bacon, or toasted bacon, or whatever they call it.
Is it crispy bacon? Is
Crispy,
that
yeah.
what it's called?
I think you got it. Now let's see what it does. Your assembler is just like, your assembler should be holding on to stuff.
Okay, hold on here. Hold on.
Well, no, we can keep going. What I was going to say is, do you want me to tell you how to use the thing where it'll slow everything down?
That's what I'm already doing.
Okay. Well, you're doing it a different way.
Okay.
There's a machine that will tell you how to do it.
So there's not enough bread right now. It's not getting enough toasted bread. That's our fundamental problem here. I think. Waiting for ingredients.
It's just like kicking everything out. Power usage is through the roof. We will try one thing though. I want to show that off. Okay, so go to order reader up at the top. Okay, and then place that like right above anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so drop that. Now right click on that or bring up the options. Okay, so essentially go down to new connection to part. Choose your bread. Okay. Now, under that where it says do nothing, click on that and choose, go to the bottom and perform action. Yep. And then choose one more time and then go up to number 1. There you go. And hit new connection to part. And then choose lettuce. Do the exact same thing. Perform action 1. New connection to part. Next thing. Getting too much of one, yeah, that's what we're going to try to stop right now. Let's see if we can get like one of each to kick out for each order. And then now you want to go to the assembler. Yep, tell the assembler. No, everything. Actually, yeah, check that. That's fine. Hit OK. And let's try it now. Over budget. How much? Oh, you're 500 over the budget. Where can we cut out? Oh, you don't need to cut the lettuce. So just remove that processor and put in like just a regular conveyor. Okay, cool. Now. look at that, man. You figured it out. I couldn't get the path correct. Yeah, you got 2 out of the 3.
All right.
Nice. Good way to end. Strong. All right. Let's try. We're going to do Aratus now.
I think you might be playing
I'm going to get a little
Aratus.
chance to play here. Alright, let's get back here. We're going to get Aratus set up. And we're going to do a couple copies of this.
Okay.
We're going to give away a couple copies. So if you want to pull up that email you had sent me and choose the last
Yeah, let
3.
me grab those.
Yes, you do that. I'm going to get this out of here. We have so many mouse and keyboard options here. There it is. That was a nice move, man. I like that. You figured that one out. Alright. Lord of the Dead. So this is from Daedalic. This game launched yesterday.
Yep.
And if you're a fan of Darkest Dungeon, you may like this. It's, they say inspired by, that's one way to put it. I think they're great, and I thought this was a good version, so I'm going to play a little bit here.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world.
Of Darkest Dungeon.
But you know what they say about best laid plans.
We were talking about this with Chris before we started.
I haven't had a chance to hear anything in this game, so I have no idea what it sounds like.
I was made
Because we
dead.
play things a lot of the time. We're in an open
But
house.
what does death really
So we
mean
don't
for
sit there and
somebody
play
who
things
has
with music.
mastered it?
Or with noise or anything like that. We try not to.
And our headphones are sort of connected to like our audio source or phone or
And how
whatever.
close I came
I haven't had a
to
chance to actually
victory. I am a mortal, but when this world ends, even I will know oblivion.
It looks a bit similar to Darkest Dungeon. It does. But
Inspired.
It's inspired by. They even say that. This one. So it's interesting. You're not.
I ask
You're trying to do
myself,
things from one
will
time
I
to
be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition?
undead or paranormal to help.
It seems
Fight
that
against
fate
humans
has
trying to break it.
smiled
That's
after
kinda
all.
how that's the general. Sorry about that. You never know. Some games have a lot of volume, some don't. Shit, one more. Let me know if that's good on there. It should be low enough. So, yeah, they give it. It is an early access game, so you have to know that. The game itself is a Steam key.
Yep.
We've got them. You can pick up the game now. I think we launched it yesterday, so everything should be there. We've got it on the front page, but we do have a few that we're going to give away here on the show. We're going to do it in our standard way that we always do.
I love this. Just real quick, I want to hang on this disclaimer for just a second
yeah.
and rattle down the bam. There's here, you're probably gonna get pissed off playing this game a couple of times. Of
Do you
just
know why?
why they list that?
Yes.
Because people bought this, didn't know, and got whipped.
Specifically, there was a huge issue for Darkest Dungeon in this scenario.
Okay.
There was a very, we'll say, Destiny-esque subreddit
Okay.
mentality on the original.
Interesting.
People were very into the game, but there were any small changes that were made brought the wrath down on the developers.
Okay.
So I think what these guys, thank you for throwing a link into chat, Baltimore. What I think they were trying to do was curb some of this right away.
Got it. Okay.
And be very upfront and say hey, we're going to change
Sure.
things, or things are going to change, and you may not like it, because essentially what had happened was Darkest Dungeon was one of the hardest games I've ever played.
Okay.
They made it easier. That set off a group in
Got it.
that game.
Got it.
And yeah, it was a big back and forth for a long time. obviously, Darkest Dungeon survived, and it's a great game, and it makes its way. No problem now, and gets a lot of props from everybody. So, I think this game will fare just fine. But that was one of the things that I remember specifically was rough. So, tutorial, I kind of know how to play this.
Okay.
I'm not going to go through the tutorial one. I would suggest anybody does though, because there are specific things that they go like. We gotta go through the tutorial. Never mind. We gotta go through it. But I think anybody that's new to this type of game should get an idea. Never played Darkest Dungeon. Granted, it looks so much like it. You may have, so you don't really want to have to sit through the same thing. So basically, you get different minions. Some have range. Some have only close combat.
Right.
All sorts of things. That's kind of the initial idea. You have two different. This is our side. This is their side. The enemy. So essentially, each character takes a turn. It's almost like a turn-based combat, like old RPG mechanic. It is, Darkest Dungeon's a great game, so I have good thoughts and good feelings on this one too, after playing it.
Well, I was sitting at my desk, and we were getting this ready, and somebody walked up, and they're like, "Oh, you're playing Darkest Dungeon, right?"
Thought it was like the new one, or DLC. So it'll essentially tell you, like, I chose a power, or I chose an attack, chose a character. I could have chose both of them because I was within the hitting range. And then it'll tell you, like, just what you would expect if you played the other one. You've got these different types of physical attacks and mental attacks. You can cause the enemies to have stress, which causes them to flip out, and like sanity level goes down. They might start attacking the person next to them on their own team. You have cursing, which can happen. You have critical hits. You have igniting, where you can do damage over a series of turns.
Interesting.
And then you have like the magic and physical. They're more like just one.
Sure. Okay.
Very similar to the mechanic that's been used in this type of game.
So you have direct attacks, magical attacks, magical damage over time, and then that sanity thing's a little bit different.
Sanity's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So like she can attack, and this would be, and it'll tell you the effect.
Game looks good.
Yeah. The effect is she can attack, and it will have the effect across all the enemies. So you see how it's red with a line through them? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be everybody over there will be affected by this stress. So we'll see if we can use it. I don't know if we can use it right now, but we'll give it a try.
So is the
debuff takes down their ability to deal with like an attack or something.
So similar to Darkest Dungeon, if your squad, if someone bites the dust, they bite the dust.
Say what? Say it one more time.
So just like Darkest Dungeon, if somebody bites the dust on your team, that's
they're
gone.
Done for good. Yeah, when
gone.
they die, they're done. So all the effort or any kind of like work you put into that character, they'd be gone.
Okay.
So these games are very popular with streamers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you why. But here, sanity, it's like insanity, a negative effect, inspiration, a positive effect, death. If somebody dies, that causes stress on another character in their party. Or if they try to flee from combat, they might not be able to do that depending upon the level of their sanity.
Okay.
So it has a lot of a role. It has a big role in the game. You can see, I think it's on those characters, the purple, I believe, is their sanity. Vigor or health is the red. So you also have smite. Again, this guy's attack. You can attack within the first three positions. So first, second, or third, you can do this.
From your side.
From my side. And it'll hit for the first
The first
two.
two. I'm following what you're saying with the UI.
I could have chose either one as a double attack. Scream, her scream does, she can do it from any area, and she can, everybody in the group. So let's do another one like this.
Your cries
so now
are
he's got a
music
critical
to
debuff.
me.
And you start to see that in the text that he's saying.
Okay.
Like he's basically going through a mental breakdown. So let's go after this.
One more for the stockpiles.
Let's see if she can scream at him. But certain moves will switch your position too. So like now she's moved to the front, you're in the second position. You've got to keep an eye on that type of thing as well. I can still hit this guy. Let's see, let's use her. Actually, we should be... Hang on. Switch her right now. She's... Sometimes switch characters' positions too, manually. Instead of taking a turn like an attack or whatever, you can actually say, like, I want him to be moved up, but... Two of those. She only has one that she can do in the wrong position. This should do the guy in. So out of that we collect resources. The resources we'll use to craft new heroes or undead.
Okay.
They're not going to be heroes, but they're going to be undead. So let's go back. We go into the lair. There we go. So yeah, every character, to Baltimore's point, to your point, permadeath. Every character has permadeath.
Okay.
You know, the ability to die permanently. So here's where we can create minions. Basically, we can use parts, legendary, rare, you know, basically random RNG kind of thing. So let's craft a Dark Knight. See if we can fill that up. Yep. Craft him. Now we got an extra character. And let's craft. Not a wraith. And it'll tell like abilities. Yep.
Why do I get this sinking feeling?
So now we have basically a full party.
Gut.
And we can do that. So here's the thing that streamers love. I have an audience watching.
Right.
I can name, you know, I can basically say, okay, who's up next? And I can start naming these characters. See, we're gonna.
Excuse me.
We're gonna throw Baltimore in here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So now we have put Dale in. There we go. So now we've got a team. Now we can go back, see our next fight. Now this one works a little bit different. So in Darkest Dungeon, you're basically working for a person that owned a manor. The dungeon was under the manor, and you were sending people in, right? You had to build a little town. This one is more like a map area. How far we can go up, but it's pretty
It's lengthy, yeah.
right? So that's what we're looking at as the playfield. So
And this is level 1. I take it that as you scale on the left side, you see the different buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of reminds me a little bit of Puzzle Quest.
Right.
Slightly, in the way that it's mapped out and what you're doing. I've gotten a little bit of that. I don't know if that was another inspiration or what. But let's see if we can go in here and do it. Yeah, this is it's kind of funny. But yeah, this is how it works out in Baltimore. Like, you've been on people's channels, they start naming characters. Can we have well, welcome, Ivy. Can we have a Steam release of Polar Bowler? We don't have Polar Bowler set up for Steam requirements. So right now, no. We do have Fate over on Steam. We have all 4 Fates. Fate, the Cursed King, Fate.
I'd have to go
I
pull
have
them
to
up.
pull the list.
Yeah.
But we've got all 4 Fate over on Steam. So unit features, it basically kind of goes through there. You kind of have like one of the other factors in Darkest Dungeon was light. Light caused and affected the insanity. So if you didn't have enough torches with you, you'd get a debuff kind of thing. So I'm looking for that down the road further as we get into the game.
Okay.
Things like that being involved. Yeah, it is. I mean, early access is always very cool because you do get a chance to get involved. Now, it can be a curse to the developer because perpetual, like, early access, or you get, like, a subreddit
And
that's just
feature
not,
creep, and
feature
there's
creep and everything. It can be rough. So, but I do like early access. I like early access on PC. On console, I'm kind of like, no. I don't have enough time to do.
yeah.
Not that my time's full, but on my choosing. It's not like I'm a special person. It's just, like on PC, I'm happy to send. I do some of that for MegaCat and things
Right.
like that. And I'll send them, do some early beta testing and stuff like that. I like it. It's just, you gotta pick and choose.
I don't play a lot. I like to wait until it's done. So it's just like, what were we talking about the other day? It was below 0. Subnautica. That, like, it's not that I'm not itching to play, but I want to play when it's full, right? So 1031.
Yeah, it was funny. I was downloading that on my machine in there so I can take that on the vacation.
Right.
I've got a little Alienware Alpha R2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was called. So really tiny, throw it in a bag that it comes with, throw a Steam controller in there, throw a Microsoft Xbox controller in there so when Steam one you can switch.
Right.
And then a little keyboard and mouse that I've got. And that's going to be my entertainment on my vacation. So I can sit down and play some of this. I did throw this on there too because I wanted to have a chance. So let's see. So her position right now, we've opened up another one, which is the whale effect. And this will affect our team.
So it's like a buff.
Yes. So let's do that. And I think it affected everybody, but maybe I choose. So let's choose him. Oh no, it did. It picked up everybody. It just didn't get anything. Okay, so they've switched their little path. Now the wraith. Let's see. Golden grasp. Ghostly fire. Ghostly veil. That entraps them. This one will deal curse effect. We've got magic.
I'm thinking we start taking that dude in the middle.
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so now we get our knight. He's got a fire sword. Physical attack. No, he does not. Thought he did. I think that was a different character I was using. Removes debuffs. Hollow stare deals. Let's do that one. And yeah, let's go after him. Oh, nice. Oh, so that was like a debuff on him. I thought it was going to swing. So see how he attacked his own guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Smite. Go after this dude. So then they even start talking about like armor resist, blocks, wards, things like that. Resistant to magic effects. So let's do screen. Sometimes you gotta watch what you hit them with because if they switch their position, they get out of like range for certain attacks.
Right.
Yeah, it gets to be like you're thinking about a lot of things when you start playing. Let's try the Ghostly Veil. Oh, can we not hit? Oh, we can. Oh, it's a buff. Sorry. Let's do this one. Ghostly Fire. So threw curse on this guy. This guy warded it off though. I am now going to attack with this. There we go. Double hit. Nice. And let's try to smite this guy out. I think he's going to die. There we go.
Maybe I'll craft this one.
Yeah, the animations are really good. It's the marionette style. So they definitely look like they're puppets in a way. To me, I mean, that's how I take it. Let's see. We'll try a little screech effect. Okay, broke his insanity. So he may attack. Yeah, I was gonna say he might attack his own guy. He tried to attack me, just as a random effect.
I'm going to pull a character and drop one of those keys in a chat.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and do that. There we go. Took him out. So Brooks is going to drop the first key in. You're just going to take one character out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a letter or a number.
It'll be a letter or a number, so essentially, 36 options, something to that effect, that you can run through. But the first key will be dropped into chat, and then you just have to find out what the actual letter or number is, and then you can activate it on Steam. That way it makes it fair for everybody. Everybody gets a shot to try it. Oh, this guy's tough. He's blocking everything, man. I don't know what I can do. Let's see if we can help buff anybody up here. So we have a new one, Evolution. The Wraith gains +6 dread until the end of the battle. We've done the Ghostly Veil, the Fire.
Can you click on him? Just directly?
On this guy?
Yeah, just... Okay, because it's...
Yeah, you can see what his buffs are or whatever.
Because I was looking in the bottom right corner to see what his... Because he's not wearing any armor that's resistant or non-resistant to anything. That lightning bolt...
Yeah, he's got ward.
Okay.
That time he got hit. So now he's cursed. So this should probably bring some down. So we might be alright. Let's see. A little stabby. He's got his cat of 9 tails. Is that what it is? There's 9 tails?
It's a whip? Yeah.
It's what you flog people with or something like that. There we go. He's not blocking anything right now because his sanity's now broke. She doesn't do too much damage. If we moved her up, she might.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, she moved up on her, and then you can see up here the next in line to attack. I like this. I don't remember this being in Darkest Dungeon.
Okay.
Where you saw who was next. You might have been that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. Okay, so let's see. Nectrite Wind. Stress attack. Yeah, let's try it. More debuff. Wow, he's really down there. What do we get? We got a new attack. Heartless Slash. Ooh, big swing. Did it say want to exclude?
That's what it said,
yeah. Okay. He's done. Oh! Didn't get him. Soprano. We've tried that one before, but let's just do it. We'll take away anything we had. And let's try this one. Big swing. Alright. So we haven't lost anybody yet.
If this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world.
Yeah, the top is where the torch is. That's right. In Darkest Dungeon. Yep. That's where, when the light goes lower, everybody starts to get,
okay,
scared kind of thing. So, battle results, let's see. We received some rewards. Architect's Soul, parts, artifacts, brains, and additionally minions that did not participate in the battle restore a small amount of vigor. Gotcha. So, in the other one, in Darkest Dungeon, you had to basically take them and put them in a specific area. You would do your battle, they would get healed up. In this one, as long as they're not in the battle, but they're in the bullpen, we'll call it, then they get their health increased. So that's how it's handled in this game. So here's everything we got. So we could just craft out, 12 slots? No, 16 slots. We could just craft out as many as we wanted You're only going to use 4 at a time.
You can kind of bring
But
them as you need or whatnot.
You can give every other one a rest.
Is there a purpose to resting? What does that do for you?
That allows them to regain their health.
Okay.
As long as they're in battle, or as long as they're moving into battle, they don't regain health.
Okay.
So let's see here, creation. So let's create some of these. We'll make another Dark Knight. Oh, we don't have enough. Let's see if we have zombies. We can do one of those.
They will be expecting cannon fodder.
Let's make another
I like that cannon guy.
Cannons instead.
Yeah, he looks a little tough. Skeleton, zombies. Oop, can't make another one of him.
How do you unlock the other ones? What do you do that have had the padlocks on them?
Only for me.
Get to minion to level 5.
That way.
What's the
Slay
bottom?
75 enemies.
What's the bottom one?
Deal 5,000 damage to your own minions.
Huh. Okay.
So that one's kind of like one that you would get later on. Specifics, probably. She's an archer, so she can... Most of her attacks are going to be like from the back row kind of thing. Do one more of her. So now we got 2 full squads. So we can basically like... let's take out our one dude here. We'll swap him. We'll take her out and put an archer in. And let's give that a shot. Looks like we've kind of got everybody set up. So let's get us out of here. And let's look at the artifacts. So 4 main types: armor, weapon, rings, and amulets.
So this is going to be crafting?
Yeah, no, this is, I think these are consumables.
Got it.
So Scroll of Skullface allows Iratus to use Skullface in combat. We can drop that in here.
Mortals
Only had
tremble
1.
before me.
So, yep, I think we're good.
So Aratus is the dude telling everybody what...
He's controlling the whole
Got
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a quest in an event requiring participation of Aratus himself. I haven't done this.
Okay.
So let's go try that. And it's like choose which squad. We're going to use that squad. Whoop, do I have to click it twice? There we go. Yeah, this was on Kickstarter. Yep. And then it Daedalic came in to help like do some of it and publish it, and
Okay.
now it's still early access, but they're out of the I think they're out of the Kickstarter phase. So they must have got some money right out of that, and they were able to get some of it. Your hordes grow, shambling forward, and dark. This is basically the story. Dig them out and make them undead. Move past, have zombies take care of this. Let's do that. Gain resources. So zombies got all that. We may have only had that option because we actually had a zombie on our team.
Okay.
Not 100% sure. Oh, wait. Gotta keep moving forward. Okay. We'll maybe be able to do another one of these.
Sure.
See what, or this one, see what it looks like. Resource and magic. So basically, you've got like, I don't get unlimited magic or mana to do stuff with. Seemed like we had that early on. So let's see. We've got our archer. So she's got chest piercer. Does she have actually anything that can go multiples? No. Let's do that. We're going to take out the first guy. Just teach him a lesson. He's got a shield charge, which will hit the first 2. So let's do that. Ooh.
Oh, that dude's a tank. He's not taking.
Yeah.
He's not taking damage.
Just a little bit of a hit. Now, he may also bring aggression on, so he might be tanking, actually. That's how Darkest Dungeon worked.
Okay. Let's aim at that dude with the spear.
This might get all 3. Nope, just 2. But now he's in the lead. Oh, so when that guy's whipping them, he's actually buffing them. I thought he was damaging because he was insane. Skullface. Oh, this is Iratus. He can do a damage to everybody. And it should set them on fire. So they're going to have that hitting them multiple rounds.
Awesome.
Bombardment. Cannonball, physical attack. Okay. Let's keep going with the first one. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the move right there.
Absolutely dusted.
So they managed to raise 23,000. They wanted 20. Nice. I wonder if there were any good rewards. I bet there was. Let's see. So we're gonna do Flames of Love. A little bit more burn. Oh, what's this one? So Embrace Mediocrity. Stress Attack. Okay, let's try that. Does it hit everybody, or is it just one? It's just one. Well, he died just on his own, so he didn't have to do anything. Let's see. Oh, we got another one we could do, but we'll hold off. Futile Hopes. That's for our team. Let's do the big swing. Should take him out. Oh, no. Nowhere near. What can the zombie do? More powder or bombardment? Okay, let's see. Rose for a lady. Physical attack, inflicting. Okay, let's try that.
This is my kind of
Nice.
entertainment.
It's not looking hot for this guy.
No, this guy's just getting burned to death. He's a little tough, though. He's holding in there. Big swing. Oof. Okay, now he's lost his damage. Oh, this target, sorry. I thought it was on... Oh, no. He target himself? There we go. Oh, he just changed his stance. He's getting a little friendly with that cannon over there.
Say hello to my burning friend.
We'll use Aratus. She should be able to take him out. There we go.
That was that.
That was that.
The winning side.
Yeah, it's a good game. I like it.
I'm gonna put that other key into chat right now.
Yeah, go ahead and throw that in. We'll do we'll try to get one more in, and then we'll throw the last key in after we're done with that one. So here comes the second key into chat.
It's a letter or number again.
And it's only one.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's see here. We've opened up talents. So winning the battle rewards Aratus with experience that increase his level. At each level he receives talent points that can be used at the following ability trees. Alchemy, Magic, Ire, and Destruction. Okay. What is Ire? All minions gain +2 initiative for 2 actions. Destruction. Aratus restores 5 mana every fight. Whip. Moves the selected minion 2 positions forward. Oh, this is... So being able to move them around is what I was looking for. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with that. Oh, we actually have another point. I'm not going to spend it, though. He's got a... It almost looks like a hidden object game. It does.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Pretty damn close. All right, let's we'll leave the squad down here.
You got like the ominous shelf. You've got like
exactly.
the glowing purple thing on the left. You've got this errant skeleton on the right.
Let's take this crew and go here. Choose who will be trained. Experience for Aratus or for minions. Let's go with Aratus. Let's go battle. Yeah, I think it's done a little... It is a little bit deeper, for sure. I think, Darkest Dungeon did get deeper, but it was more about building the the town that was in front of the manor to be able to open up other things. For this, you're just not messing with that. It's kind of nice. Okay, so warning shout. There we go. Do some flame damage. I don't think we're in. We do have the whip, so we can move characters around. So we swapped out our one attack for another. Let's see if we can't make this 3 for 3. Veil. Whoops. Oh, wrong one. Fire. Throw some curses on people. Absorb fear. So that restores stuff for us. But you can see it moved her all the way back to the 4th position.
Right.
Cannonball. Oh, this is the one where you have to click on him and then. So he sets up, and then I think he can fire off. Yeah, the town building in that was tough, and it definitely... Darkest Dungeon is a tough game. There's no doubt about it. I had a lot of challenges with that game. It's a good game, but it was definitely, like, challenging. Just set him on fire. Everybody gets a little... And what's this? No, stance. Oh, okay, a stance. Ward. Terror Wave. We haven't done this. Oh, nice. Okay, so it takes him 2 turns, but definitely got a different style of attack.
You have like the big shot right there.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That one, man. That thing is definitely hardcore. He just holds that and just shoots. Warning shot. Let's keep the flames going. We're going to throw it on this guy since we know he's tough. Can we find Terror Wave again? Let's do that. So we broke his sanity. My computer keeps going to sleep over here. Sorry about that. Let's do full screen so everybody can see. If you couldn't see that before, I think you could, but... bombardment. I'm going to try to get rid of one of these guys. We'll reset. So he's in the stance. Whale. Okay, let's do that one. Do some more debuffing. I'm going to catch a wraith in a trap.
That was me.
That does not make sense. Stress attack. No, let's do... just keep setting them on fire. That's working well. It's clearing at least some people out. Oh, well, thank you.
Good job.
Fresh corpses.
Whacked his own guy. Absorb fears. Prano. Let's do that.
He dies so that you can live.
Oh,
Wow.
whacked him up. Nice. Sanity was meant. Sanity means something, but he lost his, so.
Can't open their husks.
Let's set him up for that one more time. Oof. And we haven't taken now that much damage. Now I've said it too much now. Still go after this dude. Scream.
Blow them to pieces.
Nice. The bombardment one more time, even though we may not make it there. I don't know, we'll see. The Wraith. He kind of is the one that I don't like the most. Yeah, he does like that cannon, doesn't he? Almost.
Good. More materials.
One more.
Ooh, I didn't think it would.
Jeez, we just don't have a lot of...
You're gonna luck out though. You're gonna get through this by the skin of your teeth without her dying.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to, like, get it over with so you don't have to worry about her dying, but we'll see. Try to get with that. She barely does anything. Oh, man. Hanging on.
Can you do an attack now?
I'm gonna try. Oh, I moved her closer. That was not what I wanted. Yeah, she's probably gonna die. Nope.
Oh,
Look at that.
the dot took her down. Wow.
That little sliver of health took him out. Sweet. So that's Aratus, Lord of the Dead. Very similar to Darkest Dungeon, inspired by Darkest Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. I think it'll work well. Yep. Nope. We saved everybody. All viewers made it. That's how we do things at Wild Tangent. We've played these games before, even though we may never play the actual game. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We've got a couple days coming off. We will not be here next Thursday, but we'll leave the Wild Tangent weekly tangent, the weekly tangent show up on the Wild Tangent carousel, so you can see all the archives that we have. I think we're on, so this was show 26, so we have 26 other shows you can check out.
Yep.
And we played pretty much every new game that had come out, and then some ones that we really appreciated, like Steriden, and we were doing shooters and different things like that.
We've played all kinds of stuff on there. We always say if there's anything in particular or something you'd be interested in seeing, something you want to see us play again, let us know. Leave us a comment. Hit us up on Twitter. So.
Yeah, and if you like this show specifically, where we just played games, we didn't show any, let us know that, because that could be a better way to do the show. You know, we've done it specifically, and we've tried to change things up and tried new things on both shows. Mm-hmm. But maybe it's better if we just play actual live games.
Right.
You know, instead of recording stuff, pre-recording. We always just try to show, like, there's so much that we launch every week. But let us know in the comments, or hit a like if you like it. If you didn't, dislike the damn thing. We'll be fine. Yeah, definitely Baltimore. We'll keep in touch, though. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We do have, I think, a few more big games coming out over the next few weeks. So you will see some new ones. We'll try to tweet them out, or at least like make note of highlights for other games coming. But keep an eye out. Check in at wildtangent.com. You might see some things that you like.
Yeah, I think our next thing, which we kind of mentioned, is Wolfenstein will be front and center in the morning.
Yeah, Wolfenstein will be, Brooks made a good point, it'll be live early in the morning, so you'll be able to check that one out. And who knows, maybe one of us will get a chance to play some of it on our vacation, throw some video up on the channel page or on the game page. But yeah, let's try to plan for that one, some co-op on the next weekly Tangent show.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Everybody, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you
it easy.
soon. Thanks. See ya.